What's up YouTube, Neverluckypulls here, today talking about the investment market for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yeah, the last recent months were horrible for the investors of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's devastating what Konami made. All the quarter century rares, the rarity collection, everything destroyed the card market prices. Economy overall is in a downfall, but if you look at the collector's market, it's very horrible. First example is Forbidden Droplet. I made a video like 2 months ago about Droplet in Ultimate Rare, talking about 130 as a good buying price for the German copies and 150 for the English copies. If you look now, the German copies are available for 114 the piece. You can negotiate it down to maybe 100 euro per copy, means you get your full playset of ulti droplets for 300 euros, which is mind blowing. I mean, I would never imagined having these prices for such a strong card and a rare card. I mean, OTS 16, OTS 17 are very rare packs because of COVID. It was the COVID period and not many locals were played. So you have less quantity on the market compared to, let's say, OTS 19, OTS 20. And yeah, for the German copies, 115. The first English copies are selling for, let's say, 125. You can put it down to 115, 110 if the seller is willing to give you a discount. But yeah, the price is amazing. I mean, it's crazy. The only issue is the threat with the rarity collection, because this card is inside the rarity collection and it will be available as a new quote-unquote Asian ultimate rare, a quarter century rare, and the new Asian collector's rare. It's a bit tricky now to buy. For me personally, I wouldn't buy at the moment. I would wait until the rarity collection drops and see how the prices will go. But at the moment, it's a bit too risky. I mean, one box costs 100 euros for the rarity collection, and you basically have to pay one full box to get one droplet ulti. I'm not sure if this is sustainable, the price, or if the price will go down to, let's say, 70 or 80 euros. That would be insane, but it is possible, guys. So keep that in mind. Don't go all in on everything now. For example, the US market at TCG Player, we can see the picture here. I mean, the card was $270. In 1 year, the card went down to $100 basically. If you see, the first copies are selling for 110. No, these are German copies, but 130, 115 for English copies. I mean, like, dude, that's insane. From basically $300 down to $100. So if you bought the playset here, you are minus infinite now. That's not cool. And who knows where the bottom is, right? It can go down to 70, $80. Like I mentioned before, I mean, the box costs 100 euros slash $100, the rarity collection. And if this card is sought after there, the ulti will drop probably to 80 euros, I guess. I wanted to buy a playset, but for now I will wait until the rarity collection drops, and then I will decide if I buy the playset or not. My best target price would be 80 to 90 euros for the English copy, and for the German copy maybe 70 euros. If the prices will drop big times, 70 would be a good buy, I guess. But for now, I'm on the sidelines for this card. The next card is Infinite Impermanence from OTS 17, also a very rare tournament pack. It was in the middle of the COVID crisis, so there are very few quantities on the market. And if you look at the price in card market, the price basically didn't change. It used to be a 200 euro card for the English copy, and for the German copy like 190, 180. And now obviously the price has dropped. The first English playset from Netherlands is 140. So you can basically assume a price around 150 euros for one English copy, and also for one German copy, 150, 140 is the current market price. A bit more expensive compared to the Droplet, but it's obviously Imperm is quote-unquote better because it's the best hand trap at the moment. It doesn't trigger triple tactics thrust or triple tactics talents. So this one is at the moment in every deck a free of staple. Droplet is not the case. You never see Droplet basically. Maybe now with Arisat on the ban list, but Droplet was out of the metagame for like 1.5 years, I don't know. And yeah, this one was always in the metagame as a free of in the main deck. So the price is 150, 140. a bit too risky in my opinion. In the US market, the same picture. I mean, the 140, no, those are Portuguese copies. So yeah, 130, 140 as well for the US market on average. I wouldn't buy it at the moment because, yeah, like for the Droplet, this card will be in the rarity collection, and I'm assuming the prices to drop a bit to maybe 110 or 100. If the prices will plummet, 100 would be a good buy zone because this card has more value compared to Droplet. It's basically clear for everyone because it's a hand trap and it doesn't trigger the tactics card. Droplet has its advantages against Imperm. I mean, your opponent can't respond with monster effects or spells or traps depending on what you discard, but you have to discard something for cost and it's not always guaranteed. And with Imperm you have always a one-to-one trade, so this card is in general a bit better compared to Droplet. The price tells you the same story. I mean, it's more expensive compared to Droplet by like 20 to 30 euros. So it's logical. And yeah, buying this card, I wouldn't recommend it. Just wait a bit, guys, for the rarity collection, and then you can evaluate your buying strategy if you want to buy it or not. The next card is Ghost Ogre in Ultimate Rare from OTS 5. The card increased in value because of the Heavy Samurai deck, but it was only like 1 month in the TCG and the ban list got rid of it. So the price dropped to like 140 here, as you can see in the graph. Also in the US market, it used to be 260, it dropped down after the ban list to 140, 150, and now back again at $200. If you look at the current prices, 150 for the German, Spanish, yeah, I guess 170 for English copies here. And for the European market, for the English copies, you will pay 180, 190, and for the German copies, 150, 170. For my taste, a bit too high because this card, as the other two, will be in the rarity collection and it will have an effect on the price. I'm expecting the price to drop by a margin here, like 30-40% at least, because it's very expensive with $200 compared to the other staples. And this high price is not sustainable in my opinion. So I'm expecting the price to be at 120, 130 for the English copies and 110 to 120 for the German copies. So if you want to buy this card, I would suggest you to wait a bit and see the rarity collections effect. But at the moment, the price for me personally is too high and I wouldn't buy it because the risk is too high at the moment that the card will drop even further. I mean, it dropped, yes, but there's still room to fall and I wouldn't suggest you to buy this card at the moment. Next card is Fenrir in Ultimate Rare from OTS 21. This card was at 30 euros, guys, no kidding. Some people sold it for like 28, 29 euros, the German copies. I was shaking my head and was like, dude, what the hell is going on? I mean, he has banless fears, but dude, 20 euros, 29, whatever, 30 euros. It's you buy into a regionals or two locals. Why would you sell this card, which is insane, for such a low price, no matter the fear of the ban list? Like, dude, I don't understand the road anymore. But whatever, the people who sold are now crying because the price went up to like 50 to 60 euros for the English copy and for the German copy to like 50 euros after the ban list. But now the prices went down and the first people are selling under 40 euros. I mean, those people will cry later on when the ban list says again, okay, Fenrir will stay at free because Konami needs to cash in and Arisat is gone. But yeah, whatever. If you want to buy this card, the German copies for like 35 euros would be a great deal. I mean, you have downside potential to like 5 euros to 30 euros. But yeah, I'm not expecting the price to drop under 30 euros for this card, especially now after the ban list did nothing to this card and Kashtira is basically gone. So I'm expecting the card to be around in the meta game for many ban lists maybe. That would be cool. It's strong, but it's not super overpowered. So it's basically the power creep from the normal Yu-Gi-Oh life as we know it. You know, guys, DPE was crazy back then and was not banned, and now Fenrir is crazy strong and he will not get banned as well. So yeah, if you want to buy a copy, go for it. 35 euros for the German copy, a great deal, and 40 euros for the English copies, if you see them, would be also a great buy. At the moment, the first English copy is selling from the German sellers, yeah, like 50 euros. If you're lucky, you get like 45 or 40 euros, but at the moment the prices are at 50 euros. Try to be patient, wait out a bit and see if somebody is desperate or stupid enough to sell for 40 or 45 euros the ultimate rare. For the US market, the same picture. The card was at $30 here, as you can see, and after the ban list the price doubled to $60. Now you get the copies for like $45 to $50. Yeah, it's a solid price. If you want to buy it now, I would go for it. Place it for 120 is not a big deal. It's like basically a Baronne De Flur collector's rare, right? So yeah, if you want to buy, now is a good opportunity. You can wait a bit to get like 5 euros plus, but yeah, now is a great time in my opinion. The last card for today is Baronne De Flur collector's rare. The price movement for this card was insane, guys. Believe me, the lowest copy sold, the German copy, was 82 euros. So you can see it here, 79.99 plus shipping, 82 euros for one collector's rare Baronne De Flur German copy. I was shaking my head like crazy. I was like, dude, who is that stupid enough to sell this card for 80 euros? I mean, you get like 1.5 boxes of this trashy set and you want to trade it against a Baronne De Flur collector's rare, which you only see once in 4 cases. I mean, like, dude, it's insane. Now, as you can see, the prices went back to 130. Yeah, the poor dude who sold at 80 euros now facing the loss of 50 euros. But that's what you get, guys. If you fire sell your shit, don't do it. Everybody has to know the value of a card. And selling it for 1.5 box price is the most stupid thing ever, guys. Never sell your high value cards for like 1 or 2 box prices. That's the worst trade deal ever.
The worst trade deal ever made by any country, I think, in the world.
Because the value should be at least 3 box prices or 4 or 5 box prices. Not like 1.5 box prices. That's stupid. That's just stupid. And yeah, some people took advantage of these people who sold at 80 euros and bought the copies, and now you have to pay basically soon the double price. I mean, 130 is not far away from 160, and it would be the 100% increase from 80 euros. But at the moment, if you want to buy this copy, if you have the money and you want this card now for your synchro decks, you can buy it. But as all the other copies, this one will be in the rarity collection, except the Fenrir. And I'm expecting the price to drop to like 100 euros maybe, depending on if this card will be a short print as a high rare. Let's say it's a quarter century rare or the ultimate rare. But yeah, 100 should be a very good buy. 130, 140 is a bit too much for my taste, but you never know. I mean, the collector's market is a bit wild and crazy. This card is also very unique and rare. You don't have too many copies of this card because this set was horrible. It was not worth opening, and therefore you have only a few quantities on the market. And this means this card in general is rare and has a high price, which is basically justified because you have a low amount of quantity. And yeah, like I said, 110 to 100 euros for the German copy would be a crazy good deal. And for the English copy, we can see it was at basically $300 and dropped down to 125. 125, 135, 140. At the moment, there are no copies at sale, only one for 300, but whatever. So we can basically say the average was like $130 at the moment. And yeah, I would buy this card at $100, $120, but not for like 130, 140, 150 because the risk is a bit too high for my taste. But if you get a nice discount, for example this one, if you can negotiate it down to 110, that would be nice for you. Yeah, it's a bit tough for the collectors market. Everyone is fire selling the crap out of the collections. Every card dropped, every starlight dropped. There are no cards which increase in value. Only the Frost kept its value, but because of the new Unchained deck. And yeah, I'm expecting also the Frost to go down. We can look quickly at Frost. Frost is basically 100 euros at the moment. And we can see it, yes, it's increased to 100 euros on average. Yeah, the first German copies are going down to 95 euros. I'm expecting the prices to drop even further because more people will open the OTS sets and more quantities will be available on the market. So if you want the Frost in Ultimate Rare, don't buy now. Wait a bit. The price was down to 75 euros some weeks ago. So if you had the chance to buy for 75, that was a great deal. But now 100 is a bit too much for my taste. Wait for 70 euros, 75 euros, that would be a good buying point. But now 100 euros, forget it, guys. So yeah, that's the only card which increased in value for the quote-unquote high rare cards. The rest dropped, sadly, to Konami's mistakes of overprinting stuff and printing everything which is already printed in high rare again in quarter century rare. For example, Black Rose Dragon, Stardust Dragon, Water Enchantress, whatever. Plus the rarity collection. So it's very tough. This year was a huge loss for every collector who invested in Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So we can only hope that Konami will learn from the mistakes in the next year and adjust the printings. Otherwise, I will have no faith in the Yu-Gi-Oh market. If Konami will continue with this strategy, the collectors market will be destroyed in 1 or 2 years. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Drop a like and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye!